Taking none. Hey guys, so clearly I'm not in my usual setup. I could not film a video Sunday night. I was just overwhelmed by assignments and homework. Literally the 3 o'clock games, I like to watch the 3 o'clock games, and then like Sunday Night Football, but like I couldn't like fully watch it because I was like doing work, like pretty much paying attention to that. And I still went to sleep late because I was still doing work. And then so for my Monday class, after I went, I took a nap and I like knocked out. And today is Tuesday, it's almost Wednesday. Tuesday night, almost Wednesday. But I wanted to, talk about this game. Also, this is pretty cool. So, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been busy this last week, and this upcoming week it's going to be busy as well. But I do want to mention that I am going to the game against the Giants at the Dome, which is so cool because I was going to go to the Packers one, which would be the home opener, but I still get to go to the home opener, so I will be at the Giants game, so it's gonna be super dope, and I'm super excited because the last time I've been to a Saints game, like many, was the 2019-2020 season, so super excited to be back, and not in the Mercedes Superdome, the Caesars Superdome. So anyways, sorry, like I can't be as loud as I want to because I have roommates and whatnot, and I don't want them to hear me talking this loudly. But we're gonna get into the game. I'm gonna start off with the defense. I usually start off with the offense, but I have to start off with the defense. They just look so amazing. Like they deserve to be first. Like how can I not? So Mac Jones, he was 30 for 51. He had 270 yards and he averaged 5.3 yards, and he had 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Top of my head, Marshon Lattimore, PJ Williams, and who was the other one? Jenkins, who had the pick 6. I mean, 3 takeaways in a game, like I mean it's amazing. And we also got 2 sacks, which who got those sacks? CJ Gardner Johnson got a sack. I remember he went up for the blitz, and then I just remembered how to pronounce his name. Tanoh Kpassagnon. I know how to say his last name, Kpassagnon. Sorry for that weird cut. My roommate came out and I didn't want anyone to hear me because I'm like that. But anyways, yeah, having CJ Gardner Johnson back, I mean, he got a sack, but he was also just almost a pick as well. But, I mean, you just see it on the field, like, him in pass coverage, just him in general making tackles, just anything. And then like Tanoh Kpassagnon, I think this is maybe his 2nd sack or 3rd sack of the season. But I'm really impressed with him. I didn't honestly know who he was until game 1 or game 2. Yeah, he had a sack in game 1 against the Packers, but I didn't know who he was, to be honest. But he looks really good. So yeah, and I can't wait until we get David Onyemata back. So, our pass rush is going to be, like, really good. Also, Mac Jones was the leading rusher of the Patriots. He had 6 carries for 28 yards. That's insane. Anytime maybe besides Lamar, but anytime the quarterback is the, number 1 rusher, that's a good thing. So, I mean, the run defense taken care of. I can't remember if James White got hurt during the game or not. I think he did. But Damien Harris, he only had 6 carries for 14 yards with an average of 2.3. He averaged 2.3 yards. So our run defense amazing. I wasn't worried about that coming in, and they showed it. Receiving wise, Kendrick Bourne had 6 receptions for 96 yards. Jacoby Myers, 9 receptions, 94 yards. Hunter Henry, 5 receptions, 36 yards. But I mean, they only scored 13 points, so I mean, I'm happy with that, Like, okay, one of their receivers almost got 100 yards. That's okay. Or actually, 2 of their receivers almost got 100 yards. That's okay with me because 13 points, I'm okay with that. And having Marshon Lattimore back, got an interception, but I mean, you just see it, 13 points. Like, he just did amazing, and I'm happy that he got an interception, even though it was like, I think the last play. But I'm so glad to have Lattimore back. It just shows, and this defense is amazing. This defense is literally why we won this game. Not the offense. Well, kind of, because they put up points, but this was a defensive game, and that's why I started with them first. They deserve to be first. So for tackle for loss, Demario Davis had 2, CJ Gardner Johnson had 2, Cam Jordan had 1, Tanoh Kpassagnon also had 1. So we had a total of 6 tackle for losses. Demario Davis looked amazing. I saw a couple pass deflections from him. Like, he's amazing. I want a jersey of his. If I get one, it will definitely be of his. I've been thinking about that from last year too. Like, I want a Demario Davis jersey. I want one. So, yeah. And then Malcolm Jenkins, I said with the pick 6, I'm glad for him. Paulson Adebo did well. Caden Ellis, Cam Jordan did. I know Cam Jordan like has 0 sacks on the season, but I think this was one of his better games. I saw him definitely a lot more getting tackles and just like being involved and stuff. PJ Williams, he had an interception as well. Marcus Williams is really good. Like, we didn't have like the struggles we've had in recent years of our secondary looking bad, and especially him like trailing behind and, you know, things like that. But he looked really good today, Sunday as well. But Pete Warner, oh yeah, this was his debut. I didn't really like see that much of him. It's hard to see when you're watching it like live and things like that, especially because today's Tuesday. My brain's kind of, but I think he did well. I saw him on the field for sure. But yeah, I think that's basically it. But our defense did amazing. Sorry if I seem all over the place. I really don't know. Like, I don't know what to say, and also it's like weird. Like, I'm filming this in a different environment. Like, throws me off kind of. But yeah, basically the defense is amazing. They had 3 takeaways, 3 interceptions, which really set us up. And honestly, every time we didn't score with the offense, I was like, that's okay. The defense has it. They're not gonna like let them score anything. At Rod Walker Noah tweeted, correction, Saints have allowed 42 points through first 3 games. That's 4th lowest through 3 games in franchise history. Impressive considering the starters missing in week 2 and none of these games were in the dome. So if you were like wondering what other years we've given up like less points through 3 games, in 1992 we gave up 28 points, in 1982 we gave up 38 points, in 1991 we gave up 41 points, and then in 1998, 2001, and 2021, we gave up 42 points. So it's tied with 1998 and 2001. So some other stats for the 2021 Saints defense is that they rank 7th in total defense, 3rd in rushing defense, 4th in scoring defense, and they lead the NFL in interceptions, which they have 6 interceptions. So all cool things about the New Orleans Saints defense that I just love to hear, and I hope this continues because our defense looks amazing, and it's so crazy that that's the most consistent thing for the New Orleans Saints right now is the defense. Who would ever thought? But I'm happy. But we're going to talk about the offense. So we'll start off with Jameis Winston. Oh, no, I want to start off with the offensive line since I did last video for my prediction. The offensive line looked a lot better. Oh my god, so much better. I still think there was stuff that blocking that could have been better, or like protection could have been better, but it was good. Jameis was sacked 3 times though, but it just was, I mean, you couldn't do much worse than last game. It was awful. But anyways, Jameis Winston was 13 for 21, 128 yards. He averaged 6.1 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns. But Jameis, you know, like, we haven't really seen what we've been hoping for this off season. He's only thrown 21 times, but again, like, coming in, I'd rather our team to be good than, like, Jameis to be, like, you know, shining through and stuff like that. And I think we will see the type of, like, Jameis Winston we were, like, waiting for eventually at one point, but there's no need to, because our defense is amazing. He can rely on the run game, things like that, and I'm okay with that. I know, you know, a lot of people want to see, like, the gunslinger type things, because the deep ball is cool and stuff, but I'd rather be, you know, like, a good, like, overall team that, you know, see that, but because he doesn't need to save the day or anything, because we have a good overall team. But anyways, still less than, I don't even know if he's hit 150 yards, but he had 128 yards. But again, it's not like we're asking him to do, like, you know, have a 200-yard game or 300-yard game, because it's not needed. But probably will come a time where he's gonna have a 300-yard game. So anyways, but I want to talk about the second touchdown, I believe it was, but his throw to Marquez Callaway. There we go. That, I saw that throw and I was like, and initially I thought he knew there was a holding call, so he threw it, but I think in the interviews he said he did not know, and, like, you could tell Sean Payton was mad at him. But yeah, it's funny because I can't really say how I feel about it, because if it were, like, Patrick Mahomes, I'd be like, everybody would be like, oh my god, like, you know, and not even think twice about it. But because it's Jameis Winston, and because he makes, you know, throws that don't turn out his way and dangerous throws, it's just like, oh, well, he shouldn't have done that. But I don't know. At first, when I saw it, I was like, I can't believe he did that. I did not like that at all. But then, like, looking back at it, I was just like, well, if any other quarterback literally did that, you know, the announcers would be, like, praising them and praising him and stuff like that, and people would go nuts and stuff. But because it's James, we have that mindset of thinking, like, it was bad or whatever. But I'm not even sure how I feel about it anymore. But the first touchdown was to Kamara, I believe, so I was so happy. I think that was in the first quarter, and that was, like, a good drive. And then I know Taysom Hill got a touchdown as well. But Jameis, I mean, he did good. It was just our offense was just, like, really slow. Still wasn't at the level I wanted it to be. Like I said, our offensive line did better, but explosiveness and just, like, you know, having consistent drives, I feel like that wasn't there. Again, we won because of our defense, I feel like. But anyways, I'm all over the place. But yeah, Jameis's performance wasn't like shocking or, you know, bad. I think I gave him a good B. Yeah, a good B. I think that was his performance. There are things he could have done better, but yeah. Anyways, Alvin Kamara, 24 carries, 89 yards. He averaged 3.7. I love to see Alvin Kamara going. He definitely got the touches he needed, and it just seemed like he was just feeding off of, like, each and every run. He'd get even better, and, like, I think that was probably the first. I forgot how many yards he had in Green Bay, but, like, I loved seeing Alvin Kamara like that, because definitely relied on him and needed him for first downs and just giving that juice or explosiveness, even though I feel like the offense was still sluggish. You know, lack of receivers getting open, blah blah blah, it's still a huge issue. But yeah, Taysom Hill, 6 carries, 32 yards. His designed runs, his designed quarterback runs and stuff like that, I kept hearing that. But my problem is, like, I hate when we put him in on third down. Like, I remember there was a 3rd and 6 in particular in this game, and they put him in and they had his designed run. That's what all the commentators or announcers were saying. But I hate when we do that. It's, like, so annoying. Like, 3rd and 6, like, you know, like, that's really, like, you know, long. That's a long third down. But if it was, like, 3rd and 2, okay. But I still rather Jameis on the field for third down. But that last series or whatever, where he stayed in the game and, you know, eventually got the touchdown, I don't mind that, because, you know, he picked up a couple first downs and he was on the field on first down. I just don't necessarily like when he's even in on third down, but definitely not at 3rd and 6. That's ridiculous because everybody knows what's going to happen. I know they tried to do, I forgot, like, the pass. I forgot what specifically that pass is called, but he, like, faked that he was going to run and he was going to, like, toss it to, I think, Adam Troutman, but it didn't end up working. But usually it's a run play by him, and no one's really confused, especially if you run that on 3rd and 6. Like, they're going to expect that. But, I mean, I was fine with the last series he had or whatever, because, I mean, he was picking up a lot of yards, and it was on 1st downs or 2nd downs anyways. I just don't like the 3rd downs because it's kind of predictable. It is predictable, but Tony Jones Jr., 2 carries, 12 yards. I did say I want to see more of him, but, you know, Alvin Kamara was doing most of the work, and I'm okay with that, and he was having success. Okay, the New Orleans Saints receiving core. Marquez Callaway, 4 receptions, 41 yards. Deonte Harris, 3 receptions, 31 yards. Alvin Kamara, 3 receptions, 29 yards. Kenny Stills, 1 reception, 17 yards. And Tony Jones Jr., 2 receptions, 10 yards. Not gonna lie, when I saw Kenny Stills catch his pass, I think it was like in the 1st quarter, I thought he was gonna be more active in that game, but he wasn't. So yeah, but anyways, like, welcome back, Kenny Stills. But we have a huge problem in our offense, and specifically the receiving core. I don't know, like, what it is specifically. I know, like, it's like they can't get open, or I don't know what it is, but it's just not happening. I rewatched some of the highlights. That's what it's paused on, but like, rewatching it because I wanted to, like, get a, you know, refresh in my brain, because I had a lot of stuff going on between, you know, the Sunday game at 12 o'clock to now. Like, so much stuff has happened, and I kind of forgot, like, minor details. But I was watching the highlights, and I was thinking, like, you know, like, watching the highlights and make it seem like our offense was, like, that bad or sluggish or slow, or, like, that we were struggling. But we did. We struggled a lot, and I had to, like, remind myself, hey, like, you know, there were times, or a lot of times, where, you know, we just had to punt it, and our defense would be back on the field. But thankfully, they're amazing. But yeah, there's just a lot of times where we just couldn't get anything going, and that's going to be a huge issue moving forward, unless, you know, we either people step up, or, you know, we get our players back. But yeah, it does not look good. Chris Hogan had no catches. Adam Troutman had no catches. And then Juwan Johnson had no catches. Like, and then, like, the catches we did have, they were all under 50 yards. Like, it can't happen that way. Again, I'm glad Alvin Kamara took most of the work. But yeah, it can't happen that way. But we're gonna have to fix that one way or another. But Aldrick Rosas was 0 for 2 on his field goals. And honestly, the score would have been probably, like, you know, well, we would have had 6 points. But anyways, 6 more points. But, like, I guess that kind of, it's like, it looks like we should have had more points, and obviously that's why. But, man, that was bad. That was bad. And I think, like, he missed, like, a 30-something yarder. Like, that was bad. That was so bad. But he made all his extra points. But anyways, like, yeah. I was like, bro, you gotta be kidding me, because, like, anytime where we were, he'd even kick 40 yards and be like, just go for it on 4th down at this point. But, yeah, no, like, yeah, well, can you come here? Can you come back, please? Because, yeah, and then Blake Gillikin, he had a long of 56. I think he punted a 30-something yard or something like that, but last game he had something like that as well. But, you know, it's pretty good. And then Deonte Harris did what he could with the, you know, returning it. And then special teams, Andrew Dowell, which is our linebacker, got a punt block. So, yeah, it was very good and set up great field position for us. But last thing I'm going to do is go over the team stats. So, first downs, the Saints got 19, the Patriots got 16. Total plays, the Saints had 62, the Patriots had 70. Total yards, 252 Saints, 300 Patriots. Total drives, Saints 12, Patriots 12. Yards per play, we averaged 4.1, Patriots 4.3. Passing, 110 yards Saints, 251 yards Patriots. Rushing yards, 142 Saints, 49 Patriots. Red zone attempts, we were 3 for 4, and the Patriots were 0 for 1. Penalties, we had 2 penalties for 15 yards, and the Patriots had 4 penalties for 30 yards. Turnovers, we had 0. Always great to see that. And then the Patriots had 3. And time of possession, Saints had 32 minutes, 48 seconds, and then the Patriots had 27 minutes, 12 seconds. So I just realized I'm wearing glasses. I never do for my other videos. I have contacts, but I'm currently out of them, but I don't like put them in for my videos if I am wearing my glasses. I just don't use it in the videos because I'm usually like close up to it, but I'm kind of like sitting further back, so I have to see. I'm like really that blind. I'm nearsighted, but yeah, I really do need glasses severely. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Again, I will be at the Giants game this Sunday. I'm super excited. But let me know what you guys thought about this game, or about this upcoming week too. Anything at all, leave it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and